Okay, so you guys understand where we're at? So you got JJ.
Not yet.
There you go. You do. Well, a lot of years in bureaucratic meetings.
All right, we're gonna get started. We got a smaller crew tonight, but we're gonna get through all this.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're gonna do our invited guests first, and then Randy will have you cover the numbers, and then we'll kind of go. I think there's something you want to move up with
Right,
was here.
right,
So
right.
Ken, you can stand up here. You can sit. Pretty informal.
I can just stand here. Before you is a excerpt from a mapping project Long Range Planning's working on at Area 54. I kind of sketched in this golf course on the left side, and you recognize the organic garden. So currently, management or maintenance mows 4 paths down through the western section of Area 54. A perimeter trail along the south, 2 motorized trails on the top of the ridge, and then a perimeter trail on the north woods. That south perimeter trail is inherently wet all the time. They've tried to move it up the hill to make it passable, but it's always problematic.
Really?
So Long Range Planning is proposing you just eliminate that south perimeter trail. Eliminate one of the motorized trails and just make it 1 trail back and then a north perimeter trail. Additionally, members have requested a trail through the woods, and it's like 15 acres that you can't access right now. Most of that new trail through the woods is through existing logging roads. So it's a fairly level trail. And there's some really pretty parts of
The north side or the south side?
on the north side.
Okay.
That is the dotted line.
Yeah.
We'll still need access to the disc golf course for a leg off of that main trail, but they would reduce by 40 to 50% the amount of mowing that needs to be done out there.
Is the south perimeter beneath where the berm is from where we put the sediment?
Yes,
There's
yes.
so it's down below that.
It's down below.
Okay, that's
I
all
just
right.
didn't think that dropped
It's
off.
oh, it's pretty substantial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we threw about 4 foot of.
Yeah, I know that. I
So yeah, so it.
I just thought the whole elevation went the other way, north.
No, it goes south.
Yeah,
It does
okay.
because it's simply just the.
So the woods trail would be constructed by volunteers, similar to what we did with the disc golf course. And we wouldn't be asking, Paul made it clear to us years ago that management wasn't going to maintain the disc golf course, and that's the way it's been since. So we're not looking for any effort on Hideaway's part in making the trail through the woods. I've flagged it roughly so you can walk it to see what we're looking at. But it's a steep ravine north of that, so there's no way to access anywhere north of that trail. It's too steep to.
You
Is that
dropped
the
it.
far dotted line or the north dotted line?
That's where he wants to.
Oh, he wants to do that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
This is a real steep ravine.
Yeah, so you just want to go along here.
So
Gotcha.
you can't cross back and forth. You can only go from one
Yeah.
to the other.
But this is where the trail, right?
That's where he's wanting. That's where he wants.
That's
Yeah.
where,
Yeah.
the new trail.
That-
What are these lines over here?
That's the disc golf course.
Okay, got it. I'm with you now.
So yeah, it's marked. If you want to take a look at it, we can't start possibly building a trail until it all dries out there. It's been our experience that most people respect the sign when it's up, and if it's wet on the top, it's going to be wet in the woods. So, and to the extent that we can, we want to make hideaway trails multimodal, not try to designate this one for walking and this one for riding. And that they should all be multimodal trails.
So that trail would be open to side by side and golf carts.
Yeah, if it's dry enough to
Golf
go
carts?
down there.
Golf carts?
A golf cart could traverse that because it's fairly along the ridge. It's fairly level. Yes.
How many, any estimate on how many trees you'd have to take down?
Well, because most of it is in an existing logging roads,
So it's a fairly.
very little
So it's a fairly clean
Yeah,
trail.
most of the clearing is fallen trees across the loading. Very little cuttings needed.
If you would get, if you get wet and somebody would go back, I mean, is somebody gonna be able to go in there and clean it up if it gets rutted up, or woods trails tend to get rutted and?
I'm not anticipating that, but if it's too wet to be rutted up, then the sign should be up and people shouldn't be down there.
Any other questions for Ken? I mean,
Is there another way to access this other than
No.
from Area 54?
No.
That's good.
Yeah,
Well, even if you go to the very eastern end, the ravine is still too steep to cross over with it without getting on private property.
None of these properties can sneak into it?
Well, it would be very tough to
Yeah.
make it around the end of this,
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about these guys. I'm worried about these guys on Durban Road.
no, we would stay clear of there.
It looks like you're far enough away. I'd have to just run over and look at the entrance right there.
Do you want to abandon the south edge or just cut it for it to be used when it's dry enough?
Well, no, we would just stop mowing it. That's why I wanted to bring this to you before the grass starts growing, because we could just abandon that south perimeter trail altogether, as well as one of those other motorized trails.
so you just have one motorized trail back down through.
Right,
I mean, you're proposing all of these are motorized trails then.
yes.
What do you,
Multi-use trails.
multi-use?
Yes.
What would you?
Multimodal,
Multimodal.
horses,
I like it.
walkers.
I like it.
Multimodal.
So you'd still want though from the road back to where the disc golf, you'd want
Right,
that
right,
still
so-
cut.
Yeah.
But then beyond the disc golf, cut off, nothing more?
No.
Okay.
We can access, the 8th to the 9th through the woods. We don't need any cutting in that
Right, gotcha.
second area there.
Do you have any concept of how much that's used?
The disc golf course?
Yeah.
The trail looks pretty well worn through the
Okay.
course, so I know several people that use it regularly, but I could.
Or has it become a walking trail is what I'm really was curious.
No, it's a workout, just
Yeah,
walking
okay.
that disc golf.
All right, Ken, I mean, I think what we'll probably do is give some committee members a chance to go over and check it out
Okay.
if they want, and then we can just make a decision at the next meeting, let you know, or,
All right,
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at that.
yeah,
Thank
I'd
you.
like to try to get over there and take a look and walk.
okay, sure.
So, that sound good to everyone?
Yeah, no, appreciate that.
Hey, Ken, you have another copy of this?
I do.
How did you do this map?
You did.
Google, you can do a Google map. That's a satellite picture.
With the numbers like that?
Did you have something else you want to go through with, what Ken's here?
Yeah, you did. The
Yeah,
meeting yesterday,
yeah.
or,
Yeah, okay, I will before the numbers, that way he doesn't stick around. South Central Power called us, last week, wanted to know if we could schedule a meeting, out here, a physical meeting to talk about, the underground that they're planning and designing. Part of their design is to pull out the poles, specifically the big ugly one out front.
That they just put up,
Pardon me?
that they just put up?
No, I'm talking about the one with the transformers on it. That one there.
the real ugly,
The real ugly one,
not the tall ugly.
not the tall ugly one.
Okay.
That's theirs, that's what they use to read the meters. So we met yesterday, it was Eric Boysko, Ken, myself, Big Rick, John Cohn, and, the other guy's name? Rod Evans, and John Cohn, Rod Evans from South Central Power. So basically, I mean, we met for every bit of 2 hours out there trying to figure out what was what. We also brought up the fact of what they were doing at the pool and the line that they nicked out there. South Central Power does not claim any ownership of that power line. It goes underground right there, so we're still checking on it. They're checking with Frontier to see if it's their line.
Who nicked what?
Pardon me?
Who nicked what?
The contractors nicked that power line out there by the
Pool
pool.
contractors.
Where they're doing the pool expansion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so, and they're gonna fix it. Now,
Is it severed?
no, it just nicked. I mean, it didn't cause any problems, but it just has to be repaired. It can't be left the way it is.
Except we don't know what it does.
Well, we don't know what it does, absolutely. And, however, if it had
It
been
was like-
South Central's line, they would have repaired it.
Yeah.
But they don't know what it is. So we're still looking into that. But anyway, the decision was to put a underground pad right by where the pole is that they're going to take down. And that will service the lodge. That'll be the pad, it's not underground, it's a pad for underground service. We will have to do all the trenching and purchase the conduit, put in the string, and they will pull the line and do the attachment.
So they're, in essence, treating us like a house.
Yes, pretty much, yes.
And that goes from those poles.
It will go from the corner behind, the dumpster, where that big pole is there.
Yep.
Over to the front of the lodge. And then there will be another pedestal that goes from that pole over there beyond the dumpster up to the hill where the rope tow started. There'll be another pad there. Those poles will go away. All the poles other than the light poles out here will go away. These poles over here will go away. We'll move this light that's right out here. We'll probably move that to, we'll probably mount that light against the building so we still have light out there. I don't think we'll have any light down there. But that's yet to be determined.
Down there.
That other light down there where the porta-johns are,
Yeah.
yeah, that may go away. Because
Kind
of
of
it,
dark than
Yeah.
using those porta johns.
yeah.
Unless we can find another way to feed it.
Unless we have to find another way to feed it, yeah. But all the
You never know what you
overhead,
might find around here,
Yeah.
apparently.
all the overhead lines around here will go away, including the ones up by the pool.
How much, do you have any idea what it's gonna cost
No.
to run
No,
conduit?
they're going to put together a scope of work, with a parts list and the suggested materials, and put it to us so we'll know. It'll be relatively expensive.
We're paying for the conduit, run the string, and
And the trenching,
the trenching.
yeah.
They're paying for the line, who's paying for the electrical?
We'll pay for the line that goes
From the pad
from
to
the
the,
pad to the building. And the same way over there, we'll pay for the line that goes from the pad down to the pool.
what's gonna be on top of the pad?
It'll be a big transferable box is what it will be.
Big as the one
About 5 by
down.
5.
Yeah, about 5 by 5. The one-
Similar to the one down in the front, by the old Hideaway Hills gate.
Now that belongs to the telephone company.
I know, but I mean, similar
Probably,
in the range.
It's more square.
right. The one up by the pool will be smaller.
When do they think they're gonna do this?
Originally they talked about, May and June, now they're talking about June or July. And depending on what issues they run into, it may be back further than that.
They're getting bids now
Yeah,
for this work. So
Right.
they're contracting it out.
right.
But didn't he say he could change our service and save us $1,500 a year or something?
Right.
To that
Yes.
extent?
How's that?
The rating on our service is not, it's higher than it needs to be or
Right.
something, and so we can, somehow we'll save $1,500 a year.
Which would probably cost more than that to
Yeah, this is probably.
do that work, but. I
But
mean,
it might have a
that'll be-
2-year payback.
That'll be per year, probably 3 to 5 year payback,
Oh, really?
probably.
Can we do the trenching ourselves?
Yeah,
We gotta open up the road.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to open up the. We talked a little bit about boring, but it's probably gonna be too expensive to do that, especially if it's just a small amount. So,
Yeah, unless they're doing a lot of boring around, which
yeah.
that whole thing didn't sound like they were.
Well, they wouldn't do it. We'd have to contract that. And Phil Grundage has a boring machine. So I thought, if we wanted to just compare prices, possibly.
It's probably worth doing.
Well,
You know.
the other issue, I guess, from what they said is because it's gonna have to be a 5-inch conduit, that's
That's a pretty hefty.
yeah, pretty expensive to bore a 5-inch hole, so.
Not that I want to tear up the motor page, but,
Right.
I mean, we can put it back.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, but I mean, we've done that before. We did it down there by the four-way stop.
Yeah.
We went through there, so we asphalted over it, so.
Asphalt over it and get it pretty smooth.
Worked out pretty good. Anything else?
No, it was just a good meeting.
It was,
We
real
were
good meeting.
encouraged by how they were maybe able to help us out in other aspects of what's going on around here with the overhead wires
Right.
and mystery electric lines. And so
Yeah.
it was an encouraging meeting.
Yes, it was, it was.
Question,
Yes,
evidently they cleared the artifact digging.
yes, yes. That was the big issue. That's what took them so long, because we were supposed to get this started a while back, and it took them a long time to get that, because the tribal
Right.
part of it, yeah. Yeah, they got that cleared.
Did they find any of it?
I don't know that,
Be interesting.
yeah. Well,
But in Minnesota,
apparently-
this kind of thing just
apparently they didn't, or that would have stopped things
dead.
dead, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they did a study when they put the cell tower in too.
Unless they had an easy alternative. That's the only,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but
Okay, any questions on that?
Nope.
Okay,
That's good.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, capital fund
Thanks,
total,
Ken.
158,523. Depreciation fund total, 97,700. Delinquencies, this is the same as it was last month because it hasn't changed till the middle of, till the 15th. I do want to say that this time we only had 2 people on the 60-day list, and one of those has paid, the other one I can't get a hold of. It's Susan Sinclair. Anybody know Susan Sinclair? Lives over there besides the Scotts, and I haven't been able to get a hold of her. She does not have an email. Yeah,
Greg and Laura.
Greg and Laura
The
Scott.
big house across, just
Across
on the
from
way from
Cabot's.
you, it's up on top of the hill.
Yeah.
He's got those huge
no,
driveway.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
I'm just trying
Sinclair
to.
lives right beside him. That's the
Really?
house right beside him, yeah. And I have.
Is that the one down in the lake that has a 2-tier dock that's been kind of like abandoned?
I
Could
can't
be.
answer that. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Could be.
Because I'm been a little concerned about it because I saw some jumping going on off it and they were teenage,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so they were trespassing and I kind of suspected it, but I didn't know.
Well, Scotts are usually there through the summertime quite a bit.
No, but I mean, the Sinclairs
Sinclair's, which is
Is-
right beside them.
is the dock I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's been going downhill. They might not be using that
Yeah,
house.
well, possibly, because I mean,
They're paying, obviously, so.
well, they're not paying, that's what I'm saying. That's why they're on the,
Oh, is
delinquent
this
list.
just start happening?
they're behind 60, they're on 60-day list, so, yeah. And as far as the dam assessment, their last payment was in September, so we've got an issue with them.
Yeah, I would guess you do. I haven't seen anybody in that house for a long time.
Yeah.
And
So they're the really, on the 60-day list, they're the only ones I'm concerned about. Everybody on the dam has paid or made payments. So that's continues to be pretty good. Later on this month, the bank is coming out to look at lot number 782, which is down there on Yoncala, which we've had issues with. I won't mention the name, but they've been on the list here for quite a while, and we've got foreclosure action against them. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Let's see, Popular Bank, we've got $101,323. Dam repair checking, $125,413 for a total of $226,736. And so that's going down pretty substantially also as we near the end of that. So, That's the number, sir.
Okay. Any questions? All right, let's, we don't have it, we won't cover the reserve fund or capital appreciation stuff until the next meeting.
Right.
So news and notes.
Canoe and kayak racks have been installed, both at the, at Lake Eagle Claw and the beach. And as it turns out, the Lakes Committee has funded both of those completely, which is great. I thought they were only going to do half, but they paid the entire amount.
Thanks, Lakes Committee.
Yeah, thanks, Lakes Committee.
Oh, yeah, you were out on TV, so.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Yes. The Range Road entry repair, we talked about that last time. Wanted to know what the temporary fix for that's going to be. They're just going to burn that apron temporarily until it's warm enough to get asphalt. Then they'll asphalt that apron.
Yeah,
And then
it washes out pretty bad there because it drops off.
Right.
Going down. And
Right.
Is that right by the church?
Yes.
Yeah, right there.
Right by
Oh,
there.
Yeah,
People use it to access the
Yeah.
dirt area and then.
I just wanted to make sure that was, yes.
Right, yeah,
that needs it.
yeah.
Good.
See, the church actually owns that property, but they allow us to use that road as long as we maintain it.
Right.
And so they use that road to park back behind the house. So,
Right. No, I agree.
So,
So you're just gonna put some apron around that entry area?
yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for the time being. And then we'll do some asphalt when the plant's open this spring.
On the canoe and kayak rack.
Yeah.
Are we sticking with April 15th as
Yes.
the date?
Yes.
People can put kayaks and.
Actually, I think it's April 1st. I think it's April 1st.
April 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the date was, but it was fairly early.
Yeah.
My only point would be that we could change it only, I would change it if the weather was incredible or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
I mean, you're ready for it at least.
sure. Yeah, we're all ready. We still need the sign to appease the member back there that owns that property because it is on private property. We're still working. We got the wording for the sign. We're still trying to find a vendor to put to make the sign for us. Paul Bauer and I've been. Huh?
Call Har.
Who?
Har.
Har. He does vinyl custom signs.
In his shop.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, if you need me, I can intercede, but
Okay.
he says he has a capability, so.
Okay. So Paul and I talked about that today, and I guess there's someplace down in Logan that does custom vinyl, which would be a little bit closer. And Paul knew a place on the west side, which is not closer. But so, yeah, I'll call Paul.
Yeah, I don't know what his signs are made out of, but
Well, we've got the blanks.
it
We've got the
is
blank.
plastic. But I can't remember the dialogue around it, but he said, you guys need signs, stuff like
Okay.
that, and I got
Okay.
the
Okay.
equipment that can do
What's the
it.
sign gonna say? Just use at your own risk. Or...
No. It's going to say something to the effect that the member will not take responsibility for any theft or damage to items that are left on these racks. Yeah, and I discussed that with her. Sharon Spires owns that property. She was fine with that, and so
That was nice of her, by the way.
yes, very nice of her. And so that's in the works.
And that whole orientation looks really cool, so.
Yeah,
It-
and plus they put a couple guardrail posts in front so people don't run into the rack. And we'll put a no parking sign on them also.
I don't know if any of you have seen them, but they are a metal fabrication that they did by the maintenance guys. It looks great.
I haven't been over there.
Square
I saw the
tube.
ones at
Square tube
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
I saw the ones at Pico Claw. Look nice.
They do.
Yeah.
They'll be full.
I've seen it.
They'll be full quick.
Yeah. Well, the one
That's
at the
great.
beach, there's 3 levels.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, there'll be 3 levels, the one at the beach. So,
now we got a big one at North Park, one at the beach, and one a double decker at.
And actually, I mean, the beach, there's a lot of expansion room if we need to go that route, but I would think with what we just have done, that we've done.
yeah.
what is going to be needed.
Right.
I mean,
I would think so.
I think the next expansion would probably be at the north part.
probably,
We can go up with that one, or we can go out.
We got more room there.
Yeah, there's plenty of room over there.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And that's a quiet period. Well, both of them are quiet. I mean, water-wise.
Yeah, they're both no
Wake areas and so. But you're right, I would guess that the expansion over there would make more sense to me too.
so there is no more room at Eagle Falls.
No,
No.
Maybe some at the beach, but there is no more at Eagle Falls.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's where like people like to go a little bit more because there's no quieter motors on there. Not like-
yeah,
Okay, all right, this next item. We had an issue with the 1 ton. It would start and then just die. It'd run about 15, 20 minutes and it would just die. And so they ended up towing it back to the shop, and then they had to have the place down at Logan come and pick it up. They took it in, found out that the exhaust was plugged. This happens with that new system, the clean air emission system that they have on them, and the fact that we only run that at idle bigger part of the time.
You're not getting it out working as hard.
That's exactly right. And so you couldn't clean it out. So they had to get it replaced. It's going to be between $4,500 and $6,000 to do that. Now, yeah. Now, what they said is, we had to replace it. There's nothing we can do about it. But they said you can remove that clean air system. It's against the law.
And we're not gonna do it.
But we don't drive it out on the road very much.
Yeah,
And that's the problem, because here's the thing, it's gonna happen again. In another 4 or 5 years, it's gonna happen again unless we take it out on the road more often. We do drive it to Lancaster, but that's not really enough.
you're just talking about blowing it out, right?
Yeah.
You need to get it out on 33 and
Yeah.
just a hammer down.
Right,
Blow the carbon out.
I'll take care of that.
yeah. So anyway, unfortunately, that was, they've got it in, they're working on it now. And hopefully we'll get that back. I don't know the total cost for that. That'll have to come out of depreciation.
What year's the truck?
2011. Yeah. And it's only got 15,000 miles on it.
Well, you said vitals.
Right, right.
Yeah, the two Fords are both pretty recent. There's an old International, which is from the late 90s,
Yeah,
the red International.
right.
But the other ones are all,
International stuff.
between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
The bottoms, they're actually pretty.
Yeah, just what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
We paying for that depreciation.
Yeah, that's what I said, we'll pay it out of depreciation.
Boy, that's a hit.
Yeah, that is a hit.
And that's why we budget 10 grand for depreciation every year of unexpected. Unexpected
I just
items.
didn't think it was happening already.
Use it up this early.
I didn't want to use it in March, but.
Yeah, right.
All right, any questions on that?
No.
All right, this next item we talked about last meeting, and we were going to bring it back this meeting after everybody took a look at it and decided what they wanted to do. This would be a code change, and the idea was just to go ahead and do away with the 3-lot jointer completely.
For those who request it.
For those that request it,
People that are currently
Yeah.
can stay.
could stay, exactly, yeah.
We're gonna get rid of it going forward.
That's the
We're gonna
thought.
allow people to undo it.
That's the thought. No, yeah, people could undo it.
They're gonna
But at
undo
one
it
time.
one time, well, once they undo it, yeah, they can't redo it.
Right, right.
But you're not gonna allow anybody new who buys 3 lots to
Correct,
join them either.
correct, correct. Now, of course, if we agree to this, it'll have to go to the board, and it'll have to be put on a ballot whenever, for a vote. So we have to recommend it to the board if we want to do this or not.
I know Jim Kirk sent me his opinion he was in favor of allowing people to unjoin them, but get rid of 3-lot joinder.
Right. And the purpose is so they can sell that third lot if they want to. Or some people have 4 lots, and so they can put the 2 lots together and sell them.
Put 2
lots. Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
I guess the downside to the members is they no longer can join 3 if they want
Right.
to do that. But,
Right.
there's a lot of people that have, I don't know, there's a lot of people that have 3 that haven't, or taken advantage of that if they want. Well,
Yeah.
you purposely don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they wanted to, they had plenty of time.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's, I don't even know that the previous owner did it that way for a reason, but it came to me that way, so.
What's your guys' opinion on
Jim, do you see a downside to that?
Yeah, I do.
Too.
I mean, I don't think, I'm sort of ambivalent about throwing a lot of things out for, whatchamacallit, for more code changes when we have other things I think are more important. I think how much the marginal impact of this is gonna be very small. And, you know, going out and advocating for it while we're doing the other things, which I think are much more important, it would be, I just don't want to, I want to stay on message, essentially is where I want to be on it. I don't think this is a big one, and the other piece of it is, you know, I mean, we've heard in the past, there are certainly properties still available that people can buy, but how many more do we want, given the, you know, the amenities we have? Because every new person we bring in, you know, taxes the amenities more docks, more lake time, those are sort of the pieces. So, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with this, but it's not something that I would really spend a lot of time in trying to advocate for.
Can we table it for now until we have another reason to have a vote, you know?
Table it.
One in
Yeah,
August,
table it
things
as
like
long
that,
as you want to.
because let's not muddy the waters now with what we're trying to get through.
Yeah.
Sort of my thoughts.
You had some numbers before too, and I'm agreeing with you, but
I don't have them with me.
it was a significant number of potential new lots for sale. And, you know, my always looking for more revenue kind of guy, I like that idea, but what I don't like is what Jim said too, is more members. Because I'm very concerned that, you know, the docks situation.
We've already got 35% people on.
Exactly.
Waiting list.
You know, it's just, I think we're really coming up to that limit.
I sort of get my sense, I mean, this is completely anecdotal, sort of, we reach a saturation level at some point, and how many more is this? And again, the other piece is trying to explain it to everybody, and trying to get a 2/3 vote on it, right?
Yeah, that's,
I just don't want to, there's other things.
that was a very good point. I hadn't thought of that one. I'm kind of more on the vein of,
I mean, the only people who can advocate for any of this are the people that are here, and the people that are on the board. Because there's just, that's the way it goes with
Yeah.
these issues, and so we want to go with it.
I would rather just hold off until we get this, let's do this next hurdle and hold off. I mean, it's not something that's,
Not something pressing.
No, it's not. I mean, we've got members asking
right.
for this.
Well,
How many though, Randy? I mean, you have the one letter.
How many, yeah, how many?
You have the one letter, I mean,
Yeah,
it's.
it maybe 3 or 4
Yeah.
at the most. Yeah,
Dan,
I didn't get that information.
no.
I'll hold off on that.
Yeah, hold on.
We'll just hold off on that. We're gonna do more.
And what we're talking about is hold off through 2020.
For sure. It's not a windfall.
Yeah.
It would, I mean, it would be a couple more votes.
Okay. So I'm just, in my notes, I'm writing table till 2021. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, my next topic here was, I think I sent out, gave everybody a copy of the facilities contract to try to make a decision on pricing change. And I don't know if the Food Service Committee is working on this, or if the MAG Group is working on this.
Jim was working on it,
Okay,
and I don't have a hard copy of what he was doing. So I don't know that I can relay it,
we
but go ahead.
Yeah, we need to make some decisions on this pretty quickly. We've got four weddings that have been requested. Not all of them for the dining room, but I know that they would prefer to have the dining room than they would the great room.
Okay.
So
What?
we need to kind of,
All members?
yeah.
Why don't we make the suggestion then to get Jim's proposal that he had worked out and do an e-vote between ourselves?
Yeah, I need to see what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not gonna be back till the
Well,
next
he can
meeting
send
anyway.
he can send us an email.
Is he really going on a cruise?
Yeah.
So,
By
Oh
when we
my
get to it.
God, I forgot that.
yeah.
Probably good for 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to jump numbers. I mean,
If you're watching, Jim.
Yeah.
So you want me to
He's
send, you want me to send
not.
that email with the numbers?
Yeah,
back
send
out?
the email back
Are
out,
they
then
on
we can
now?
vote on the numbers.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I have a email that he had. I don't know that it's the last email.
Yeah, he was still, I think, when I saw it, he was still looking.
Well,
at
I
stuff.
sent it out to all of you, actually.
When does food services meet again?
I think next week.
That's right. Send me the date, will you?
When's the wedding?
Send me the date.
there's one that was planned for June, and then the rest of them are after that. One's a June wedding, that we're coming up on that pretty quick. And I've got those dates, as a matter of fact, I can go grab them real quick.
I personally told them to double or triple all the numbers, so that was my input. Sure.
I don't have a problem renting out the dining room, it's just there's tables and chairs, and there's wear and tear and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
I get it's members and member facility, but there is wear and tear on the carpet facility, so I think we should charge a little more than what we do down here.
Oh, absolutely. And with the cost of what you're renting venues for wedding
Oh, yeah.
services. Right.
Thousands.
Yes.
And we were, I think he was well below
Oh, yeah.
500 if I'm remembering right,
Yeah.
which I thought was too inexpensive. I think we should rent this out too inexpensive too,
So,
so.
yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, then more just a.
It's an amenity.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's where it gets tough.
Yeah, it's an amenity, I mean, it's a member amenity.
Right.
Yeah.
It's where it's has to be.
And then going along with that, is the catering. Now, I looked at our rules,
Yeah.
and there's nothing in our rules that says you can't have your own caterer. There's nothing in our rules, it's in the facilities contract.
Right.
But it's not in our rules. So,
That's correct.
I mean, since we don't have the restaurant up and running, we probably just, I don't know, how would you want to do that? Temporarily take it out of this or take it out of there? I mean, all it is, one sentence says outside caterers not permitted. If food to be catered, you must make these arrangements with the restaurant manager.
We would make a short-term exemption.
But with that too, do we want to qualify caterers? Or just let anybody bring them in? I had a facility where I used to work,
I would.
where we had 4 different caterers that were okay, and it was a different range. It was very nice, it was very small, and the other 2 were somewhere in between. But they had the bond, they had everything, to back themselves up. So in case anything ever did happen, they knew our facilities, we knew them, and we never had a problem.
Now, they gotta have liability insurance and workers' comp, and,
How would you do that?
well, they just have.
I mean,
to
how would
provide
they
the-
qualify?
Well, they put in for it. And I'm not saying you can limit it to 4. You can, if you have 12 groups that are qualified, and you've seen
He's
that.
asking more technically, how do you
Well,
qualify?
They need to-
How do you come up with the list?
Well, they need to basically fill out an application, like to you, to say, hey, I got workers' comp insurance, I've got liability insurance. Even, I would almost go as far as saying, I want a credit card number in case you trash my facility or
Well,
do a mess.
Pass the ones that you can call these people.
Well, it's going to be the member or the bride who is going to want to schedule the caterer.
But the way you do it, to answer what you're asking, is
Yeah.
go to the 3 local places that do weddings here in the area and say, can I have your catering list? And who's good on your list? Who's the best 5 on your list? And do the same thing, and you'll have a list that you can say, here are our,
So you could offer that to whoever's wanting to.
please choose from one of these.
What's the facility?
Or if they have.
That's
a
how you
caterer
would gain
that
the
we don't-
experience.
If they have a caterer we don't know, and again, like Jim had said, credit card, things like that. But get a basis of a group of 4 or 5, and have somebody else come in and say, okay, this is what we need from them. And it's usually, the credit card, a bond, insurance, things like that.
I'd just be worried one of those sterno cans are burning up. Cause some damage.
You can always go after the member, but if we got the wrong member, it could be a problem.
And the better caterers, they have all that.
They're used to that.
We do have a caterer, by the way, on the food service committee.
Yeah, and we've got another caterer who lives in the hills here, just right.
I mean, my point is, maybe they could help us with that process.
Who is that?
Blue Roof.
Oh, Betsy.
Not positive my neighbor's okay.
Huh?
Not positive my neighbor's okay.
Yeah, I think they still advertise.
Is that the one with that was doing a lot of advertising about 3, 4 years ago, maybe?
No, because they've only been a member about about 2 years, year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah, I think setting the rate for the catering charges would come through the services management committee. It's not a village decision.
Yeah.
But that is a rule though, Randy, once you implement it, it's as much as a board rule.
Right.
Yeah, it just doesn't have to be promulgated.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to sometime see what the energy is to all food service applications in Hideaway Hills. Has to go, at least get a bid from our food service.
Okay, anything else in catering?
For another day.
Ladies' night, Thursdays.
Ladies' nights, Thursdays nights, I think they're having that someplace else now. I think they'd like to come back. And I believe they're going to want alcohol.
Of course.
Are you a member of that group?
I certainly am.
Oh, okay, good. Because I wasn't sure if they did or not.
It's Dee Parker's this month, and it's been at Sue Butter's and anyway, somebody else has had how often. Yes,
Okay.
we'd like to come back to the library, we would want wine.
Right. Is there somebody in charge of that? Is there a head?
No.
Karen
Parker is in
Sure.
charge.
Is it just wine or is it other mixed drinks?
Oh, it's everything.
Okay.
I said, if it's just wine, we could pay an employee to come
Right.
from the clubhouse
Right.
and serve wine.
Right.
I mean, because it's gotta be an employee serving,
Right.
but
I would
you want
check-
full bar?
I would check with Karen Parker.
Okay.
I thought they had, I'm just trying to remember, was it Burnside?
Cheryl and Tanya are involved and
Cheryl and George Lynch have done it also.
Yeah, but after Cindy, I thought they transitioned to
It's
Cheryl and.
It's more.
Oh, maybe Cheryl and Tanya?
Yeah, that's what I thought, but.
They're wanting a full bar or limited
I don't wanna make that
Okay.
decision.
I would have it, I think we could do a limited service of wine and,
I see other than wine, people ordering things other than wine at the ladies' night out.
we have to open up and get a full bartender, then it's gonna be, there's gonna have to, then we gotta have bigger costs to cover.
Right.
Whereas if we just have somebody go out and pour some wine or serve some beer, we could get around that.
I'll give Karen a call. I'll talk to her.
I don't think you'll have any problem earning your money back on alcohol with that group.
Especially if you did just a 2-hour window. If you got somebody from the clubhouse coming up for 2 hours.
I don't.
Yeah, I would get the full
How long does
scope.
it last? Couple hours?
2 hours.
6 to 8.
6 to 8?
2 hours.
Thursday night, 6 to 8, once a month.
Who's requested of you?
It was just a thought. It was a thought.
Okay.
Because I knew they were wanting to come back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Would you guys get food catered in, or
No, they bring plates, small plates.
they bring?
My wife got an invitation, but they just,
Yeah.
they bring plates.
Which is okay. Yeah, which is fine. Then, this next item, there's also a Monday night book club once a month. Are you involved with that?
A monthly what?
Book club.
A monthly Monday night book club, who we had to move upstairs from down here during the last board meeting, but they meet on Monday nights. And I haven't talked to any of them, and I don't know who's in charge of that.
Cynthia McCrimmon.
Is it Cynthia is the one in charge of that? That's the one I talked to her the other night. So I don't know if they're wanting anything or not. I'd have to contact them, but that's another possibility.
Or normally open on Mondays anyway.
No, I know it. Well, they're always usually down here too, but I don't know if they've been coming here and bringing their own alcohol or not.
But they can't do that.
They
Can't do that, I know that.
Well, we just
That's
need to
why-
remind them they can't
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah,
trying to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
bring in alcohol to school.
Yeah.
We still have an active license.
that's correct.
Exactly.
She's not gonna go that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be offering anything more right now. Because no night that we're planning on opening would be Monday night.
Right.
No, I think that's.
But the problem is whether or not they bring
Fine.
something. of
I
that,
understand
that's the
where
problem.
your
Yeah.
concern is.
Yeah, that's the word.
Well, I think we just need to remind them that it's an alcohol-free facility unless you buy it here.
Right.
Oh, I don't think there's any problem with that group at all.
No, I wouldn't think so either.
What do you mean by that? No problem.
I don't think they've ever brought alcohol.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Now, I know certain ladies that go to book clubs that don't go without wine,
but they may pre-serve, but,
you know.
Well, that's kind of why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I don't know. All right, then the next is the big issue, the lounge opening. Right now, I have 2 bartenders. One of them, from what I understand, only wants to work 1 night a week. The other one, I think, is open to working more, but she would like to have weekends off once in a while. Didn't say how often, but once in a while. So I do have a resume of another bartender, and I told her that I would contact her, and she's out of the hills, works in, or lives in Rushville. Her resume looks pretty good, but I didn't want to promise her anything until we make a decision on what we're going to do. But I think we do need at least 3 bartenders and possibly a bar back or 2, for that matter.
Yeah, we have defined it as 2 bartenders and 2 bar backs.
And that far upstairs?
Yeah,
that's too small for two.
No. You have to have days off, so.
right.
Oh,
That's the issue. Not working all at the same time.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah. Right.
No.
Right.
I was like, that seems a lot for a little bar. For bartenders.
Yeah, I was gonna have Jim coming over the table.
So I know we're going to talk a little bit more about this later, but I think maybe we'll just wait to talk about it a little bit more later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to let you know the issues that I've ran into so far.
Are a lot of people asking, you calling in saying this can be open or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's interest.
Yeah, there's definitely interest. Yeah. Now, how many we're going to have, I have no idea. That's why I kind of put down here bar games. I just wondered if there's things we could do to attract more people in, which is a thought. That's what a couple people has brought to me. Why don't we plan some kind of event? Trivia night's always big. I mean, if you have some kind of a bar games like bar bingo, which I knew nothing about. Don't go to bars. So this is stuff that I've gotten from people that have interest and think this might bring people in if we have some kind
I
of
think the
activity.
food fund fellowship committee would be all over,
Yeah, they're
they're
actually Kathy is the
planning some.
planning,
Okay. Well,
so,
they need to share that stuff with management.
well, they do,
Okay,
Well, Jim and Dan and I are all on that committee.
yeah.
okay,
But she hasn't started doing it because she doesn't know when we're gonna
Right.
open it.
right,
So-
gotcha.
There's some contingencies that we have to talk about.
I think maybe we need to get Kathy to try to, or somebody to come to this meeting, kind of explain their plan.
Well,
Okay.
I would like to hear the plan before I agree to open it. Do we have
yeah,
That's fine.
one night, the 2 nights, 3 nights we're open, we gotta,
Jim, that's what I want to talk to you guys
there you
about.
go.
right, yes.
You got the plan.
Well, I just wanted to start it and let you know where I was so far, and then we'll talk a little bit.
Yeah, you
about
have
it
two people, or actually 3 with Jim, that sit on it, and that's what I want to talk about is
Right.
a proposed plan. But she has already agreed to continue promotions, and she'll want to do the kinds of promotions that, you know, like with the bar, mental lapse as to what they were, but she had some ideas of what they want to be. And so, because we have said, you know, if it isn't paying off,
Right,
this is an experiment, not a long-term commitment. I believe it can make money, so that's what we're going to target for.
Sure.
You know?
Well, object's not really big, but it's just, we want to break even, we'll be revenue control.
right,
We don't want
We don't take
to
any
lose money to
additional
our
losses.
budget,
right,
specifically this year,
right.
because there's no,
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, just trying to help that a little bit.
understood.
All right, this next issue, the day after Thanksgiving, we're kind of asking if maybe we can close the office. Last year, most people think the office is closed on the third or the Friday after Thanksgiving. And typically, I let the girls take it off and I work. Last year, I took it off because Penny didn't request it. Of course, Christina will have vacation this year. But last year, we had 5 people come in because everybody thought we were closed. And they only came in, when they came in there, they said, I didn't realize you were open. We were just going to drop our stuff off.
It'll
be maintenance does work. Yeah, maintenance works the day after Thanksgiving unless they request it off. It would not be paid. Now, of course, Penny and I are salary, so we get paid anyway. But we could always take a personal day for it. It's just a suggestion because really, I mean, it's nice to have the day off after Thanksgiving. And the fact of the matter is, we don't get that many people coming in.
Is Thursday the day you do the half
Yeah.
door lock?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I just,
So I don't need to know that right now. Just think about it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put it out there. It was a suggestion from the ladies in the office. I mean, it's nice, but I'm really not that big a deal to me.
A lot of places are closed anymore. I
know they are.
don't have a fundamental problem with it. I
No,
mean,
neither.
I was surprised you were open anyway.
Well, a lot of people before I, and it'd be unpaid,
Well, Christina can take
personal time. Yeah.
vacation hours.
Vacation time or personal time, yeah,
So it's not another holiday because maintenance is not getting it.
correct.
The maintenance would be still working unless they took a holiday.
Right, exactly.
I don't have a problem with it. We'll bring it up at the next meeting and vote on it.
yeah, when there's, I mean, I'd vote for it now if you wanted, but
Yeah, it's no pressing issue. So
Right, no.
Yeah.
Put it back on next week.
I would agree.
Okay, this last item I have is, I think you're aware of this situation. the little log cabin that was built up on Blacktail, Blackfoot, Blackfoot. Pardon me?
It's right here on the map.
Yeah.
The one that's half done,
Yeah, the one that's half done.
they tore down the fence.
They tore down the fence. We sent him a letter, gave him 7 days to fix the fence.
That's right.
We were gonna fine him $25.
Was that the one that's on the market?
It's
Kind
a,
of partially built?
yes,
If you go to
Okay.
Genic Forest
yeah,
and you
Yeah,
turn to the left
Yeah.
on Urban Run,
yeah,
it's right there.
But I saw it on the market, I thought.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's sold.
okay.
And he contacted us back and said he's not paying that because he doesn't own it anymore. The issue is the fence, because it's down, and people are driving in and out right there. So my thought was just to have, I don't think we want to impose that situation on a new member. And I think so we could just send maintenance back there with a couple guardrail posts and stick them in there and be done with it.
Yeah, just contractors are the ones that tore it down,
Yeah.
so they could get in there easily. Instead of going through the gate
Right.
and around, they just tore it down, tore our fence down.
Yeah.
Basically, or the old fence, I guess.
Yeah, it was a crappy, it was
Yeah,
a
it wasn't
couple
real.
strings of barbed wire.
Right.
It wasn't a fancy wooden
Yeah.
fence, but.
And he put some snow fence up for a while.
Yeah.
That was about it.
I'm fine, we're just gonna
Okay.
put some guardrails.
I agree, that's a good idea.
Just don't nick any electrical line.
Okay, that's pretty much all I have.
You can ask Harvey.
Speaking of
Harvey and Horn to
houses
help
that
you
have
out on
been
that
being under construction for centuries, it feels like, the one on Beaver Lane,
They purchased the new permit.
really?
They paid the money for the new permit, which is $1,000.
Yeah, if you don't get it done, it's.
No, I know,
Right.
I was shocked that it
They
hadn't
have-
finished it.
Yeah, they have the choice to either get fined $100 a month for 6 months and then $500 a month. You have that choice. Or you can purchase a new permit for $500, which is the permit's $500 and the deposit's $500. So,
And that gives them
another
another year.
year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, multiple people have lost money on that one.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's where we are with that.
Amazing.
All right, anybody else got anything before we go into executive session?
What kind of response have you had for the opening that's coming up
The
on
opening?
management?
One resume.
Oh,
That's all we have. Yeah.
And we actually got that before, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Does that go out in the e-blast too, or just in the
No, we
Echo?
put it out, the blast and the echo.
Did it go out in e-blast?
Yeah.
I knew
How
it was
long
in
ago
the-
was that?
Oh, well, it was before the previous board meeting, so probably ought to put that out again.
I would
Yeah.
recommend that. Okay, yeah,
Okay, yeah, I think we put it out as much as we can. The
Yeah.
more interest we get, the better.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the board management committee, it's a great paying opportunity.
So it's a 10% raise every year.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes you're-
Good night, folks, see ya.
Good night. Thank you.